2, 1. All systems go. Broadcasting live from the Alexander Keith's Live Hive. Powered by Hummingbird Medispa, Casino Nova Scotia, and Crucian 9 Spiced Rum. Hear it here first. Live on Live 105.
In the Alexander Keith's Live Hive with Sam Roberts.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Halifax, sir.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
It's been a little while, so we're glad to have you back in our fair city.
Yeah, it has been a while indeed. Yeah.
And the new album, Collider, was written, I believe, written and recorded while your wife was expecting your latest family member.
One of our 3 children, yes.
Yeah, yes,
Maybe
yes.
possibly over 2 of the children.
Over all
pregnancies.
Over all 3, we're getting into Chinese democracy territory.
Pretty
so,
much, yeah.
Did that going on in your life kind of seep its way into the album?
For sure. I mean, if you've ever had kids, or if your wife has ever had kids,
I know I look like I'm expecting, but
that's not where I was going with this. But, yeah, I mean, your mindset changes so completely when you have children, and you become very much focused on the future and where your life is headed, rather than living for the present and living for yourself. All of a sudden, you're projecting down the line and wondering where the world is taking not just you now, but your family as well. So, as a songwriter, your thoughts, and I think especially lyrically, you're going to sort of follow that shift, and this record certainly did. And
you have 3 children now.
I have 3, yeah.
Are they getting into music? As some of the older ones, are they starting to pick up instruments?
Yeah, my oldest takes violin lessons now with me. We I took violin lessons my whole life, and now so her and I go to my old teacher's house every Wednesday afternoon, and we take lessons together. So it's quite an interesting. Yeah, but it's an interesting, the circle of life and all that, like the Lion King. But,
is she going to surpass you, do you think, in the violin?
She's already better. It's scary how quickly, they're like sponges. They just pick it up and they go. She told me she hates it, though.
Oh.
That's pretty strong for a 5-year-old, but it's too bad. She's got the wrong dad if she thinks she's going to quit.
Now, you recorded the new album, Collider, in Chicago, and then back in 2006, Chemical City, when you recorded that, you did that in Australia. Do you find switching up the scenery kind of helps you?
For sure. I mean, just being at home, you're too comfortable in some ways, especially when you're trying to make a record and you're trying to tap into different states of mind and bring them into your performances. I think you kind of have to force yourself out of that comfort zone. And being at home and kind of going through the daily ritual in some way makes it hard to go into the studio and feel like you're actually making a rock and roll record in some ways. So, we've been all over the place trying to find that different state of mind, trying to find new ways of breathing new life into the song. So.
And you've got 3 great reasons to stay at home.
Yes.
Now, so, makes it even harder. Is there somewhere looking forward that you want to go to record?
We always said we wanted to record on a houseboat on the Ganges River in India, but I don't know if the state of the record business can sustain that kind of extravagant, But yeah, we're always thinking of new places, new adventures we could go on. So I mean, this is kind of, this is an opportunity for us as well. These are the years in our life where we're going to think back and realize that these are probably the best years we ever had, and certainly years where we got to live and play music every day, and all the places that music's taken us. So we're just trying to make the most of every opportunity and to create opportunities with our kind of, sometimes wild ideas, but you have to follow them, I guess.
Now, I noticed something, and maybe I'm wrong, but you've got a song on the new album called Tractor Beam Blues. The album art for Chemical City kind of had that old retro sci-fi feel to it. Are you dropping hints that you're a sci-fi geek?
Yes. It's a little something I've been hiding for a long time. Not the kind of revelation I'm going to make I'm not just going to drop it on people at once. I'm just leaving subtle hints as we go along that this is the true nature of me. This is what I do in my spare time. That is correct.
It feels good to come clean, though.
You know what? I feel a huge weight off my shoulders right now. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Listen, we can smell our own. I'm there with you.
I didn't. I was going to say I saw that little glint in your eye. When you're talking about it. And
so now I have to ask you the question that every sci-fi geek gets asked. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Ooh, I gotta go with Star Wars, just because it was just happening then, and when I was born, the phenomenon was a couple of years away, and so I got to actually witness and experience it. Whereas Star Trek was something that we came back to it in a sense, and still a huge appreciator of it. But I'm gonna go with Star Wars.
There we go.
The first three. Let's just qualify that a little bit. Yeah.
So not a fan of the prequels then?
I'm not a huge Jar Jar Binks guy.
But Misa's so cute.
Yeah. Enough said. There you go.
Now, this year, so glad to know you're a sci-fi geek. This year, you're nominated for a couple of Junos yet again. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And in the group category this year, I think because of how you changed the name to the Sam Roberts Band, does that make it feel a little bit better?
Yeah, you know what? It does. And it's nice that the guys who play a huge role in not just what we do now, but all along. Anybody who's seen the band play in the last 10 years has seen Dave and James and Eric and Josh up there on stage with me. So I'm really glad that they're getting acknowledged for the contribution that they make. And again, this is just it's a team effort, certainly not one guy out in the spotlight. So we should have done it sooner. That's all.
And speaking of teams, you're going to be part of another team at the Junos because you're going to play in the Juno Cup.
Yeah.
How would you rate your hockey skills?
Compared to Paul Coffey, not very good. Compared to Chris Murphy, maybe a different story. He's a pretty good player, though. I'm on the ice with some musicians who take it very seriously. Andrew Scott from Sloan has really jumped his game up a few notches. So it's pretty good company. But we get massacred every year by this team of NHL greats. So,
well, that's what I was going to say. The Rockers have won it once.
Yeah.
Outside of the many years they've been doing it, and the scores have been laughable. You guys have had your asses handed to you. Do you have any smack talk you want to throw at the NHL? Maybe throw them off their game a little bit?
It's not a good idea. You'd think that it would work, but it just makes them, step it up. They're already taking it easy on us as it is. I got into a bit of a, not fisticuffs, but with Dave Tiger Williams, which is also an ill-advised move. That was back in the day. So I've just kept my mouth shut since then, to be honest. I also tried to block a shot once, which was also really stupid. So I'm just like, I'm going to just keep it cool and treat this, I'm going to go in with it low-key and hope that good things come of that.
Well, I saw Claude Lemieux was playing against you this year, so I instantly started to fear for your life.
Yeah.
Because he does not dial it back. So
no, he has one speed.
So, I mean, this isn't your first game, though, so you know what to go in expecting with these guys.
Yeah, exactly. So just, keep your mouth shut and do what you have to do.
Good luck at the Juno Cup. We'll be pulling for you.
Thank you very much.
Don't get hurt. Everybody give it up once again for Sam Roberts.
Thanks again, guys. Thank you.
When they play Halifax, they play the Alexander Keith's Live Hive first. Powered by Long & McQuaid, Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, Bears Lake, and Rogers. Stay tuned for more exclusive performances only on Live 105.